TF2's 2 has a bunch of weapons. While most are pretty well balanced, there are a few that are either total stinkers you won't see anyone use outside messing around, and a handful that just destroy everyone in their path. The Force of Nature. At the cost of a measly 10% damage penalty and a smaller clip size, get faster firing speed, knockback on both you and your target, and well, 2 bullets. The knockback is frustrating as hell, so we'll be removing that, and also nerfing damage by a further 10%. They're much better. The soldier has several offenders here, but by far the worst one is the direct hit. It's being called the direct shit back in my day for a reason. More damage and a far bigger projectile spin in exchange for an abysmal explosion radius. This, while understandable in theory, makes this thing unusable except for a few very niche situations, like dealing with Sentinels or Dawn Scouts. And even then, the blast radius ruins everything. I think we all know what the solution is. The explosion radius debuff has been reduced to only minus 25%, and projectile speed buff to an extra 100%. This should make it more forgiving and more beginner friendly. The Flog. Whatever word can produce such drastic reactions from the TF2 community, the gun lets you build up immunity and crits by doing damage. In exchange you get no air blast. So basically you burn through everything but get lobotomized. Understandably, since if people wanted to fight brainless bots they would play MVM or casual, it's not well liked. To balance this, I will remove the inevitability while taunting, and give mini crits instead of crits. In exchange as a buff, it will get random crits back. That should at least somewhat alleviate the issue. The Lock and Load. Now, don't get me wrong, Demo has many OP weapons, but those generally come back with drawbacks. And a hill is heal of some sort that can be exploited and prevents them from just rolling over everyone. High risk, high reward, I guess you could say. While the Lock and Load doesn't. Get more damage to buildings and faster projectile speed in exchange for less ammo, less explosion range, and the bombs on the exploding has a hidden enemy. So it's basically a rocket launcher that makes buildings laughably weak. As a solution, I will be removing the building damage debuff. This will make the weapon actually in line with the rest of Demo's arsenal. Heavy is surprisingly balanced as far as classes go, but that doesn't mean his guns can be made better. The main problem is very low skill ceiling, so I decided to fix it by adding a minigame of sorts to eating the food items. To consume them you now need to click, which makes it harder to get all your hair back. It also forces you to pay attention and denies people the short break they'll need to fall asleep. The Wrangler, the joy of NG mains and the bane of pretty much everyone else. It lets you control your gun, triples its health, but also, I guess, reduces the repair speed somewhat, and the cost of it being disabled for 3 seconds when you stop. That part rarely matters since in the span of 3 seconds no shit can happen, and even if it wasn't disabled to offer like 3 bullets and then die anyway, so I'll be increasing that to 7, you know, not to go too much in the other direction and make the gun unusable. The HP boost will also be slashed from 3 times to 2 times. The Medic has many options as expected, but the worst offender here by far is the Vaccinator. The others can be played around if you have enough skill or bash your head against the wall enough times, but this one simply can't. Sure, Overheal builds slower, and the Ubercharge is ever so slightly worse on them, it doesn't mean shit when you can just nullify most damage force. Like, think about it. Most things in TF2 almost kill you, leaving you weak enough for random sharpener to finish the job. This completely ignores that, and with how fast Ubercharge rebuilds, you can pretty much make your team instead of one person like with stock. My suggestion is to remove the Ubercharge renewal speed and add a small percentage of the resistance failing, like you pick Fire Res but you don't get Fire Res, somewhere around 10 to 20%. The Bizarre Bargain, I won't be talking about the Tribomon's shift because that has been milked to death at this point, makes skilled players extremely deadly, and I know how I bitched about low skill ceilings, but come on, you can double your weapons charge by just shooting and not dying, which is about 99% of sniper gameplay. I would suggest making the base charge rate decrease 75% instead, lowering the increased cap to 125% and adding a minus 10 health penalty. In exchange it will now do 20 seconds of bleed that looks like providing with an additional 50% increased ammo capacity. Let's see the Spy. Your tape recorder is extremely situational, and even when it could be used, stock is usually better. But how do you fix the unfixable Sapper? I would suggest making downgrade buildings progress 3 times faster than before, meaning you can destroy level 1 sentry on max health in give or take 3 seconds. In addition, it will automatically spark when being destroyed, sending all nearby enemy players on fire. On the other side, it will also set all disguised friendly spies on fire even once who didn't place the Sapper. That will be all, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. Heavy like a brick struck, looking like a tick tock, shining like a wristwatch. I'm a brother, locked down till the wings stop. Please God, every like a brick struck, walking like I'm TikTok, trying to hit the wristwatch, while we grab your wrist, lock it down to the ping pong. Can you stick around for a minute till the wings stop? Please God.
As time keeps slipping away, now don't start feeling away. You and I agree one and the same, but we can fade, but we wait. As time keeps slipping away.